Hello, my name is Hannah Gray, and I'm reading A Big Guy Took My Ball this week. Believe it or not, I own this book, and I have never read it. We have a whole bunch of books. We have a library full of books, and it even has the art that my children added to it to go along with it. So they've read it, but I haven't. And Mo Williams is the author, and he is a recipient of the Theodore Seuss Geisel Award. And this book was actually a nominee for that award in 2014. However, it didn't make it as to receive the actual award, but it did make it as a nominee. But since Mo Williams has received that award, I was able to pick this book. It's a really neat story. It's kind of a grass is always greener on the other side story. The plot takes place with Piggy, who's upset and tells Gerald that a big guy stole his ball. And Gerald, his friend, says, "That's okay. I'm going to go talk to that guy. I'm a big guy, so I can talk to him." Well, then he goes to talk to the big guy and realizes that he's a huge whale. So he's way bigger than him. And he comes back and tells Piggy, "I'm sorry, Piggy, I couldn't get your ball back because he's way, way, way bigger than me." And then the whale shows up and he says he's upset because his ball is small and he's so big and nobody wants to play with him because he's so big. So they work it out, and then in the end, they're all playing together. And my favorite thing about this book is at one point Piggy says, "Oh, big guys always have so much fun." And then I love it because the whale says, "Little guys have all the fun." And I just think that's sweet because in the end, of course, they end up having a good time. They have fun. And they're my kids' drawing page. But it's a beautiful story because I think this is the type of story you read to kids on the first day of school, or as they're getting to know each other. I think it pulls down that wall of the scariness of meeting new people and, oh, I don't have to be friends with somebody who's just like me. So my thought is for a classroom activity, and I think the thing I would do to that this reminds me of, and to kind of give them like a real life circumstance of this, would be that my husband's in the military, so we move a lot, and I'm constantly forced to meet new people, and it's really hard, and sometimes it's really scary to put yourself out there, and sometimes you don't know if they're going to like you or not, but you have to put yourself out there or you're never going to have friends. Like, you have to take that step, you have to take that leap of faith, and sometimes it can be a ball that introduces you to each other. Sometimes it can be a game or artwork or coffee or any of those things that's one thing that you have in common that you like to do. In this story, they had a ball they had in common. They liked to play with a ball. So I thought about, for the activity, I think you could even do this like on a first day of school, and put a color patch under each student's, it's like a little circle, cut it out and stick it on the bottom of their chair, and randomly. And we would come up with getting to know you questions together. What's your favorite color? What do you do for fun? And we would come up with a list of about 5. And everybody would look under their seat and pull out their little circle, their colored circle, and they would find the person who has the same colored circle as them, and they'd get together with that person, and they'd find out the answers to those 5 questions. And then we would have each person introduce their new friend to everybody in the class. And I thought this will be a fun way to introduce each other, make people take that first step, that socialization step of getting to know someone, so introducing those ideas of asking questions, getting to know someone, and putting yourself out there and making yourself be social even when you don't feel like it. And so I thought that would be a really fun activity. So that is what I would do for this project. And I recommend this book highly because I think it's a really beautiful book.